going on, everyone? Newcastle coming out of the weekend still winless. It's now 9 games, which marks the worst start to a season that the club has had since 1898. Just 2 points from 9, which is just a horrible run of form. This weekend, another frustrating result. 1-0 at home against Brighton, a team that we should be beating without a doubt and at least be threatening their defense. Brighton is a team that has finished, in and around the relegation zone for pretty much every year that they've been in the Premier League. And this game, very different than the Man United game, where we came out of the gates with a lot of energy, scored 2 goals, obviously, in the first half. This match, we just never seemed to click. From the first moment of the game, Ayoze Perez had an opportunity in the first half that he probably should have put away. A good save by Matt Ryan. Midway through the first half, Brighton gets a fortunate goal. They get a corner kick that was not a corner kick. It was a clear goal kick. Put the ball in back post, headed down, and ball comes out to Jose Izquierdo on Brighton. Deflected shot off 2 players, Newcastle, then Brighton. Ball goes in. And from there on, we pressed the entire second half. It was one of those games where if you look at the stat line, it's fully non-representative of the actual performance by the team, because we came out of that game with 68% possession. We had 27 shots in the match. We actually had more than double the amount of passes that Brighton did throughout the entire match. But in my opinion, at no point did we actually look like we were going to get a goal. There were shots that were wayward. I think Joselu had a shot that actually might have gone out for a throw or came close to it. And so it was one of those things where we were taking a lot of shots, but the quality of the shots weren't there. The quality of the attacks weren't there. There was nobody in the box. You look in the 80th minute, we're going forward, needing a goal to salvage a draw at home against Brighton, and maybe Muto and Perez were the only people in the box. And it was just like, at no point did we actually look like we were going to score. We kept going forward. I think Shelvey played all right. Matt Ritchie put in his typical shift, was running all over the park. But besides that, there was just nothing attractive about the style of football we were playing. Perez had one of the worst games I've seen him play in a Newcastle shirt. A number of opportunities, and he just kept dribbling. Took 2 or 3 extra touches than he needed to, and then lost the ball. Kennedy was threatening, but has no confidence on his right foot. At one point tried a Rabona shot, which was just ridiculous. With us needing a goal, you don't pull something like that. You do that maybe when you're 2 or 3 up. But yeah, the team just looks flat as ever. I read something on a Newcastle fan page saying, if after the next 8 games or so, where we're all playing teams that are around us in the table, if we're still in the relegation zone, then we're going down. And I think it's that way. I think that going into this weekend, we're going away at Southampton. Again, a winnable game. But you don't really have a lot of faith in the lads right now. There's nothing that they're showing that is a bright spot. There's nothing that you think could be what we work off of going forward. I don't have high expectations going away at Southampton. Southampton, not a particularly good squad, but it's just like I said, there's not really much to take out of our performances that makes you hopeful for a rebound in form. One note that I would like to make is the U23 squad for Newcastle had a game today. Elias Sorensen, the Danish forward, had his 2nd hat-trick of the U23 campaign. I'd put him on the bench for the next match. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't give the lad a shot, full of confidence. And the only backup striker we have right now is Joselu. Rondon if he's healthy, but there's just not really much of a reason not to give the lad a shot. He couldn't be doing any worse than the Newcastle forwards are right now. Yeah, it's a tough one. Again, a lot of people throwing blame at Rafa, a lot of people throwing blame at Mike Ashley. My kind of final concluding statement, and I really had a conversation with another Newcastle fan about this weekend. In my opinion, if getting relegated and losing Rafa Benitez is what has to happen for Mike Ashley to sell the club, I think that would be the best thing that could happen for Newcastle, because even if we keep Rafa and even if we stay in the Premier League, as long as Mike Ashley owns this club, we're just going to perpetually circle in this fighting relegation mentality, and it's never going to go anywhere. So, yeah, those are my thoughts at the moment. I'll get back to you after the Southampton match.